let's get into some more Kim Ye drama.
Never ending story. Right?
Yes.
It does
I
not
think
end.
We should take this show on the road, Crystal. We need a lounge act.
We would be so great.
We need a lounge
Have
act.
you ever heard Dick Cheese? Richard Cheese? Have you ever heard Richard Cheese, the lounge singer who covers? Okay. We could do something like that, and I think we'd be fantastic. Anyway, enough about me. Kim Ye, back to these perpetual marriage people problems. What's happening now?
So, well, Kanye has been terrorizing Pete Davidson more on Instagram, and now Pete Davidson has deleted his Instagram, though
Poor
he says
Pete.
it really doesn't have anything to do with Kanye. I just think Pete's just like, what the hell have I walked in on? That's just my opinion.
Right.
But apparently Kanye is now trying to halt or prolong the divorce proceedings with Kim, citing that their prenup isn't actually in effect because of, I guess, a law after, what was it? Is it 2001 or 2011?
2001.
2001, that basically says that California prenups signed after 2001 are invalid unless both parties agree to their validity. Which
what in the world? We need to do a deep dive
me
on why that would be, but go on.
Yeah. But he also is saying that, a lot of what Kim is saying in her documents are that these posts that he's putting on Instagram, saying that she's kidnapping children and, all these other horrific things. He's now saying that how could she prove that he authored those Instagram posts? Although I think there is a picture of him holding a sign saying that, he has not been hacked. And it was like, what was it? February of 20, was it this year?
2 seconds ago?
Year?
No, it was this month. Yeah, it was this month.
That's right. It says, my account is not hacked I can't remember if it was 13 or 15, but of 22. And he's holding it up on a yellow legal pad.
I mean, first of all, let me just say that celebrities who hold up pieces of paper, you're going to get trolled into eternity because people are just going to Photoshop new messages on that. And I don't know why you would do that. But yeah, he held up a sign that said, my account has not been hacked, presumably to state that this is him, that all this crazy stuff he's writing, that's him. So I think go ahead.
Well, I was like, so you're saying that you didn't author that stuff, but now you're saying your account
He never
hasn't
said
been
that.
hacked.
He never said he didn't author it. He just said she can't prove it. And I think he also said something to the effect of, if you're going to make this argument that I'm causing you emotional distress because of what I'm posting, at least produce the posts, which makes me wonder whether she actually showed the judge the posts, which might be a rule of law. You've got to do that. But he never said he didn't write them. So what he's doing is just making trubbas, as I say. He's making a trubbas because he does not want to get a divorce. And the whole thing is so creepy to me because, he just started dating or is now being seen with
again
a Kim K lookalike.
Yes,
named
another
Cheney. Well, Julia Fox didn't look anything like her. But
well, I think she tried to dress like her and do her hair like her. And I mean, I'm sorry, you can never be a Kardashian.
No, and also...
Yes, Larsa Pippen, I'm talking to you.
Get some respect for yourself and be your own person. But this new person, who I think her name is Cheney Jones, I think that's her name if I recall correctly, does look a lot like Kim. There's only one Kim Kardashian and she is objectively gorgeous and lovely. She's so beautiful. So this woman looks a lot like Kim K, and I read some article wherein Kanye said that's kind of what attracted him to her in the first place, which is creepy to me. It's creepy to me. Like, why wouldn't you just take some time for yourself and get well and get with the reality that Kim is not intending to come back to you. Yeah. So what Kim is trying to do is what I used to call a bifurcation, but I could be totally wrong. I am not an attorney, but she's just trying to be declared single. Like, my marriage is over. I am divorced. We'll settle everything else at a later time. But for now, I'm single. And this is what Kanye, on probably a spiritual and energetic level, just does not want to see happen. And so he's still flailing. He's still flailing.
It's just horrible. I mean, dude, she doesn't want you. And I mean, I understand that. That's a tough pill to swallow, but at some point you have to be able to accept it and move on. And he is just stagnating in this energy that is just so low, low, low vibration.
Yeah, but at the same time he's creating. That's what makes him so interesting to me. Like he's a dual person, you know, like he can oscillate between absolute flailing emotionality and then creating like music and clothes, and he's just out there vibing. Like creating to me is always connected to creator. It's creator energy. Like, so you're in connection to the divine in some respects, but you're so compartmentalized that you can then bop on out of that and back into your gaslighting, crazy making, stalking ways. And it's just, he's very interesting in that way in terms of his emotionality and his mentality, because he's connected. You know, he's connected energetically. He's got all the wealth he could have, but he's still so obsessed. And to me, now, let me ask you this. I think that there may have been a window within the last year where he might have been able to get that marriage back on track. Like he might, if he had just conducted himself with integrity, calmed down, and did everything according to what Kim might need and want, he might have been able to right that ship. Do you think that he had a chance at some point, or by the time she filed, she was just like, peace out, done?
I feel like up until the day she filed, when they were estranged, separated, and moving about, I feel like just in her actions, just energetically, I feel like there was still a little bit, like if he would have just came in really earnest and said, you know, let's halt this, let's work on this. She tried so many times. I mean, she tried counseling, you know, when he went off, was it Nebraska that he went off to? Or Wyoming?
Wyoming, yeah.
And, you know, he was out there for a long time by himself. She went out there at a point to try to work on things. And I think he was there for a little bit and then left. And I think that every time she tried to put more effort and energy into working on things, he didn't. So he only has himself to blame at this point. And I'm not saying that you know, it takes two to divorce. I'm not saying that, you know, there might be moments where, you know, she just got on his nerves, or they fought or argued, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like the brunt of all of this is on him. Energetically, that's what I feel. And I feel like she got to a point where she was able to cut the cords to their relationship as two people, as a couple, as husband and wife, and is willing to just keep the father of my children cord. And I don't think there'd be any way to go back at this point. I would be stunned, flabbergasted, and shocked if they actually got back together. I feel like at this point for her, it is just, I mean, he's so just over.
Done too much. And I don't know, like with this, you know, parade of women, like, is he trying to make her jealous? Like, she's dating somebody else, my guy. Like, this is not something she's worried about. And it's just, it really speaks to that old adage that you never know what you have until it's gone. And this is a lesson some people learn. And it's actually really sad, because despite Kim's power, she's got power and influence. She really, I feel like, what do I know? I don't live in the house, but my perception is she really humbled herself to try and make things work. And here he is, you know, just gallivanting around and doing whatever he was doing. So here's where we are. And
So spiritually, what do you think what do you think his first step could or should be to sort of try to get himself back on track?
I mean, I really think that he has to be in some sort of, I'm wondering if he needs some medical intervention of some kind. And I'm not talking about a conservatorship, but it's just like maybe some meds, like nothing too strong. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but like he seems to me like he swangs. Do you know what I mean? He's swinging around. Yeah. So he might need something just so that he can think more clearly. But the problem with those types of meds is it takes away that creative stuff. It can really numb you out. And so I think he's prioritizing that and his connection truly to the world of spirit more than anything else. And as a result, he's very chaotic. But I think what he needs is an infrastructure to support reflection, self-reflection, and ownership and integrity, like somebody who he respects, who can speak to him very directly about the things that he needs to look at in his life and in his own behavior. He has to take stock of that, because until you witness your own stuff, you're never going to be able to correct it by bringing light into it and making amends with the people that you've hurt. So I think that's what he needs. I think that he's filling himself with a lot of other things that are just not working for him at this time. And it's actually really sad, because I do think he's a genius. I really do think he's ahead of his time in many, many respects. And sometimes it's hard to bridle that. Sometimes it's hard to be married to that because that's like the wind. He's like the wind. He's just bursting forth into his life. Do you know what I mean? And that's beautiful in its own right. So I don't know, man. This is an interesting thing. We can reduce it down to Kim and Kanye, but it's deeper than that. It feels deeper than that.
Well, we'll certainly keep watching.
We'll talk about it next week, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will.
Oh my God.